Hello everyone, my name is Eugenia Aguado, and I want to talk about a problem with the technology in the classrooms. Sometimes teachers feels that it was very difficult to teach our students in the classroom because they always use cell phones or other device, and sometimes they don't do the exercise and then don't put attention in the class. So it's difficult to try to think that technology is not the enemy. And sometimes it's very difficult to try to mix the technology to put the technology in our classrooms. And sometimes this is very frustrating, like us, especially when we work with teenagers. That is my case. And after the pandemic, this has been very, very, very difficult because the technology is is so important for our students, and it's a good tool of teaching, but sometimes our students don't want to use it well because they just want to lose the time. Sometimes we think about that they are losing this time with social media, especially with TikTok or with Facebook. So it's important that we try to change this point of view and try to be more amicable, more friendly with the technology. Okay, so five problems with the technology. The problem with the technology is that sometimes in our institutions there are no enough technology and we don't have enough tools to work, especially in this country, because a lot of the institutions doesn't don't have internet connections or computers or other device like tablets, or if there's no any computers, the other problem is that they are damaged or lose it. Okay, so one problem is the pace of change. The other or the cost, because sometimes technology is very very expensive. Social dynamics. How is the social dynamics of our students? The distraction, that is the biggest problem for me. It's the biggest problem. Distraction is the biggest problem, and to show our students an alignment and purpose. So, okay. The most important problem is that their students should be able to apply the classroom's concepts to their daily life. And a part of the life revolves around technology. So, our students use technology all the time, especially the media. So, it's important that the concept that we teach in the classrooms, they can apply it to their daily life. Okay. Second, students are apt using technology. Tools as laptops, smartphones, or tablets are already natural to them. Taking technology out of the learning equation should be removing an integral part of the student's ability. What I want to say with that? Okay, so our students are very get used to with the technology. So if we think that the technology is our enemy, we are against the student abilities. Okay, so it's important to try to change that paradigm. Okay, likewise, even if the student isn't already technology savvy, that's even more a reason to embrace the skills. Understanding technology is becoming more and more important in the workplace and other areas. So the needs of technology is finished, is arrived. So we have to start with the technology. We have to understand that the environment that we faced when we were younger, it changed. This is not the same environment that our students are going to face. So we have to make activities that let them to interact with this environment and to make them competitive with this. Because if we don't do that, our students are going to suffer in the future. Okay, so some problems that we can see are the pace of change and cost. This technology is very cost. It's very expensive, and sometimes our schools doesn't have enough money for this. And this is a problem if we want to prepare our students better. So, while many have quite accept a new smartphone every 2 or every 3, in the schools that is not possible because, like in public schools, the budget is very short. So sometimes this is very impossible. Okay, so it's important to improve the curriculum, the assessment, and instruction of the teacher, and a considerable planning and designing thinking of in the training of the teacher. Because if we want to improve the activities and the teaching of our students, it's important that our teachers trained well. They need a good training for improve their skills because without the teachers it's very impossible to change the classes and to change to resolve the problem. Okay, so other aspect very important, different social dynamics. The social dynamic is very important for our students, especially in our country, because Colombia is a very violent country with in a lot of problems of social problems and with drugs, with violence, with arms groups like guerrillas or others. So it's important that technology give support everything for our students. So if we don't know the dynamics, social dynamics for our students, we can't do anything. Okay, so an example, the modern technology, privacy, footprint, our digital citizens are very important. And we have to teach them, our students, that because sometimes our students don't have the opportunity to get this a digital citizens or what digital footprints. Okay, so the students need to form uh, good relationships. So the classroom are the space when the students can form friendships and relationships with their peers. They may not learn the same social environment, but without this contact between them and the teacher, they can take the class seriously. So they need the support of the school to improve their learning and to keep motivated, especially with their peers. Okay, limited perceived effectiveness of technology. That means that sometimes we feel like teachers that the technology doesn't work. For example, if we make an activity with Facebook or TikTok, sometimes we feel that our students doesn't take it seriously and that they prefer to do dare or to do other kind of videos. That's the video that we ask them. So we have to start to look to reach for other um, other activities. Okay, because we can say that technology isn't effective because it's difficult to say that some activity is effective or not. So how do we know when something works in education if it isn't accurate, precise, or transparent? So if we can measure the impact, sometimes we can think that technology is not good enough or it's not working. For that reason, we always have to ever assess the activity that we put in the class. Okay. Well, we can, like teachers, I think that we can face a lot of problems and a lot of challenge in our classrooms every day because our students are a world, a different worlds in the same space. And sometimes they think that school is not important, and we have to try to change this because we can lose all the students and we can lose our job if we don't try to put the technology in activities in the classrooms. Okay, other problem that we can watch is lack of alignment between technology curriculum and instructions. There are also discrepancies as to how much of across technology can be students. Schools want debate whether or not certain type of calculators should be allowed in class, as they essentially solve for the problems for students that struggle with math. The same may be true of apps that supply quick accepted answers for problems that students should actually be thinking about in correct test. Okay, that means that we, like a teachers, must be study what tool we're going to work with our students because if it's okay that it's very important the tool, the use of the tool, but we can't use a tool that solve all the problems for the students because our students are not going to think. So how can we make that they learned if we don't let them think? So, if we are going to use a tool, this must be a useful tool. For example, if we are using, I don't know, Google for activity, we can let them copy and paste. They must, they must think and write a text correctly, because we need to know what are they thinking, or what they are learning, not just copy and paste. And sometimes this is a problem for the students. Okay, other, lack of clarity of the purpose of schools. Well, sometimes people with the technology, with the disrupt of the technology, sometimes they think that the school is not needful, not necessary, and that's not true, because school is very important, and we can know this with the pandemic, because after the pandemic, after the lockdown, our students change, and they have problem with the social interaction between them and with the students face to face. So it's not true that the students doesn't need the schools. It's just that we have to find the way that school and technology work for them. Okay? So we have a lot of challenge like a teacher in the future for our students, because our students are the future of this country. Thank you very much. Bye.